The extract you are going to read has been taken from The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. It tells the story of Dorothy, who is blown by a cyclone to the land Oz. The yellow brick road was not a smooth walk at all. As they marched along, the road turned from bad to worse. It grew more and more uneven and scraggy. All the three of them were finding it quite tiring walking on it, and there was a time when all the three fell down together. Only the Scarecrow remained without a bruise, since he was made of straw. As they forced their way along the yellow brick road, the sun started to set and soon darkness descended. Dorothy could not see anything anymore, since there were no lights on the street. However, the Scarecrow assured her that he would be able to guide them as he could navigate his way through darkness well. Dorothy didn't know if she could trust the Scarecrow, as he was without a brain, but she had no other option. She requested him to take her to the first house that came on the way, as she most certainly needed to rest now. But there was no houses in sight, and they kept walking for a long time when suddenly the Scarecrow cried out,
There, I see a house at last, made up of logs and branches. Should we go in there?
"Why, of course! It sounds lovely! Let's go there!" Dorothy said excitedly. Dorothy dozed off the minute she reached the little log hut with Toto curled up beside her. She was very tired with all the walking she had done that day. The Scarecrow, who did not need any sleep, stood by waiting patiently for her to wake up. Dorothy slept quite well through the night. However, early morning she woke up to some rather terrifying rattling noises. The sound seemed to be coming from the forest next to the cabin she had slept in. She went out to the yellow brick road to find out what the clanging noise was all about. After some time, she discovered something shimmering at the edge of the forest, but she had no idea what it was. As she crept forward, she was surprised to find a man made completely of tin standing beside a tree with an axe in his hand. "Are you making all that noise yourself?" Dorothy asked the strange-looking Tin Man.
Yeah,
The Tin Man groaned. Clearly, he was not very happy that morning.
I have been making noises forever now, but you are the first person ever to ask me about it.
Dorothy was rather surprised to find herself talking to a man made of tin. "Is there something that I can do to help?" she asked gently. The Tin Man's face seemed to light up.
Oil. Look for some oil and use it on these joints of mine if you really want to help. I am rusting at the joints and creaking all over. I cannot take it anymore.
Dorothy remembered seeing an oil can in the cabin she had slept in. She quickly went back to the cabin and came in with a large oil can. As per the Tin Man's instructions, she poured the oil all over his joints till the Tin Man started moving around more easily and noiselessly. He certainly seemed much more at ease with himself. The grateful Tin Man turned to Dorothy and said,
Thank you so much, little girl. You have done me a great service. Tell me more about you.
Dorothy informed the Tin Man everything, how the cyclone brought her from Kansas and how she had killed the wicked witch of the east and how she was now going to the Wizard of Oz to seek his help in getting back to Kansas. "What about you, Tin Man? How did you get so rusty?" Dorothy was curious to know.
Oh, it's a long story,
said the Tin Man sorely.
You see, I had come here to chop wood when the wicked witch of the east cast a spell on me and turned me one day into a tin man. The wicked thing even took my heart away. Ever since, I have been standing here every day, even in the rains, and that is how I am so rusted.
That was a sad story indeed. Dorothy could not find words to console him. Both went silent for a while, when suddenly the Tin Man jumped and asked,
Could I come with you to the Wizard of Oz? Maybe he can give me a heart.
Why not? Clearly, you have the same chances of getting a heart as the Scarecrow here has one of getting a brain. Come along then, said Dorothy cheerfully. So Dorothy, Toto and the Scarecrow were now joined by the Tin Man, who came along with his axe and his oil can, and they once again started off in search of the Wizard of Oz.